Hey guys, it's Stack here and welcome back to a brand new FIFA 20 video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the best custom tactics and formation to be using going into FUT Champions. Now I've just finished all my games of the FUT Champions already as I am going away, so I needed to smash them out as quick as possible. But to be honest, after experimenting through the games, grinding it to see which formation works, I've finally come to a formation where I can attack, defend, I don't concede a lot of goals, and each game I'm scoring between 3, 4, 5 goals. So now let's get into it and I'll show you what I'm running. So that was my formation just to get the chemistry on my team, as I've said before in some of my other videos. But in this, once I'm in the game, I've got it set up just to help me defend, and then once I'm in the game I'll switch to the 4-2-3-1. This is my absolute favourite formation on this one. I hated it on the last FIFA, but on this one it works so well. So as you can see, I've got balanced 5 for the width. You can widen it if you want, if your opponents are rimming down the wings, if they've got fast wingers. I would recommend pushing it up to 7, but then on the depth drop it down to 2. You want your team to be sat really far back. And then on the offensive, balanced width is on 6, and then players in box, corners and free kicks, it's more up to you. I have my players in the box pushed up a little higher just so I got the more people running in. So on the actual player instructions now, as you can see, Heung-min Son is completely untouched. Then I've got free roam on my cam, basics, it's everything else is untouched, basic defense support. My wide players I've got completely normal, untouched, because I want them to push up and come back, both left and right. The 2 CDMs that I've got, I have them set to stay back while attacking and cover centre. Insanely crucial, that part. Then the left back, right back is also stay back while attacking. My defenders are untouched, my 2 centre backs, and then my goalkeeper is untouched. I haven't tried tweaking with them yet, as I'm not really sure what difference it does, but to be honest, my opponents don't really get too many chances using this, so I don't feel the need to change it yet. Now the reason I said why it's so crucial on the 2 CDMs to stay back while attacking and cover centre is because you don't want them drifting out wide. I want them to stay in the middle and clog up the centre of the park just outside my area when my opponent is on the counter. Even when they're on a slow attack, I just want my centre backs to have my CDMs in front of them. I don't want them spreading out wide, giving me that big area just outside the box for him to work with. And the reason why I like this, I can kind of leave my defenders unless he gets it to his strikers. But if he's got it in with some of his midfielders, he's got players ahead of him. Try and use your midfielders sort of how you would have done in the last game if you got used to that defending. You're kind of doing the same thing, except once he plays it through and you need your defender, that's when you kind of have to take control of your defender to try and make the tackle. But this FIFA is a lot easier at defending and stopping attacks. And the way you want to do this is, so long as you've got a fairly strong CDM that's got a bit of pace on him. In my case, I've got Sissoko. I have not used anyone better. Next to him, I've got Ndombele. Both of these guys do the job very well, and all you got to do is when they're on the counter attack, you're holding the left trigger to contain them. You want your guy to stay facing them the entire time. Then you're also going to be sprinting. But once you actually get close to the opponent, if he's got nowhere to go or he's going to try and take you on, you're going to let go of the right trigger. It gives you a lot more control when about to make your tackle or whatever. And then you're going to be able to take the ball off him, either just by running straight into him while holding that L2, or you're going to press the standing tackle. I rarely ever do a sliding tackle on this FIFA. It's rare that you're going to see me do it unless I'm trying to block a shot. The main reason for this is the fact that the manual defending has actually made it just that little bit harder to do your time tackles, like your sliding tackles, and I give away a lot of stupid penalties and free kicks. Even when I've hit the ball, for some reason I still give the fouls away. So slide tackles, I'm staying away from them this FIFA. I'm only going to use them to block shots, especially when the stand tackle is working so well for me. Another thing I recommend while using this formation is make sure that you've got a bit of a pace in your 3 cams. Also, your central cam is going to be your top goal scorer. So for me, you see in the formation I'm using, I got Heung-min Son in striker and I got Gareth Bale as my centre cam. I've tried him the opposite way, and having that high there just doesn't seem to work. He's just he sits back just too far, so I've kept him in striker so that Heung-min Son does actually stay forward a lot more, and then Gareth Bale sits in that centre cam position and he's constantly making overlapping runs, even though all I've got him on is free roam. I don't have any other things, but he's constantly making them overlapping runs, and he makes it so easy to get goals. Now also, he is the 3-star weak foot, so that can be quite frustrating trying to work the ball onto his stronger foot. But if you check out one of my other videos, I've got the top 5 skill moves to use. Once you get used to learning some of these, you can do these drag backs, work your way back onto your strong foot, and it's actually really easy to get it onto your favoured foot when taking a shot or playing the sweater. Now what I started and I did wrong at the start of FUT Champions was I tried to play football how you'd see it on TV. I try to play passing, break the move, like I try and tackle their, like stop their attacks normally. I try and attack like a normal team would. Crossing just does not work on this FIFA. The heading is ridiculous. Yeah, you might see me score some headers. I might score a header against you now and again. But the amount of free headers I've had in this FIFA where my striker has headed straight into the ground and it's bounced over the crossbar is ridiculous. Gareth Bale has not scored a header for me since maybe the first 5 games that I played him, and he's now played over 100. Like, I can't win with a header. So for me, you got to try and keep it on your foot. If you do get a cross, hopefully you've got a player there at the back post that can take it down and smash it. And I mean, in this formation that I'm using here, you'll see at that back post, I always have someone running up. Here, I don't play it in a cross to him. I just play the ball across the Heung-min Son. But if I'd have ran further, I could have crossed the ball and it would have gone to St. Maximin or whoever you've got. And hopefully you can hit it on the volley or take it down and place it. But I mean, try your best not to go for headers because this game is so bad when trying to score goals from headers. So back to how I actually messed up. I was trying to play real football. I was trying to play football as it's played in real life. Now I've completely converted it. I've changed the way I play. I go for these little skill dribbles when I should, when like you wouldn't in real life. I over abuse some of the skill moves. I go for the finesse shots all the time outside the box because they're so effective when you're in the central part of the area. The ground finesse shots, the driven finesse shots, where you take a finesse shot and then tap the L1 button before you hit the ball. You'll drive it into the bottom corner. Incredibly overpowered. Cutting in from the wings is good once again, only this time, if you don't have the opportunity to shoot, if you've got like Gareth Bale on the right wing, you cut in from the right. Instead of doing the sweaty or a finesse, try just banging it at that near post, because the near post shots on this game are so broken. I've scored so many goals from my players just absolutely smashing it. And I mean, I'll be on the tightest angle, but the keeper just pushes it in the net. They can't deal with the powerful shots. They barely ever catch them. Even when a cross comes across, you'll notice your goalkeeper barely ever catches stuff. So use that to your advantage. If you get a shot, try and smash it if you can, because at worst comes to worst, he's going to push it into his own net, or he's going to push it out into play, and you could get on the deflection. Now, the only other thing I would have to say is when using this formation, make sure you have a backup formation. The only reason I'm saying this is because even now and again, I'll play in a game, all of a sudden I'll go 3-4-0 up, and then my opponent will score 2 goals, and it'll just be him constantly attacking. And I'm not saying there's momentum in this game, but for some reason, my opponent will just come to life and start dominating the play, and I need to change things up because it's like he's figured me out. So get another formation where you can defend in. This is ultimately my 90-minute formation. This likes tactics. I use this the entire game unless I'm incredibly struggling, in which case, for me, I'm still tossing up between the 4-3-2-1, the 4-4-2 normal, and the diamond formation. But it's honestly up to you, whichever you prefer to hold off opponents, basically, as long as you can stop your opponents getting through. And that's why at the moment it's probably, I'd have to say, the 4-4-2 with pretty much everyone to come back on defense. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and also make sure to subscribe if you're new. I will be posting more FIFA 20 videos soon. But for now, I'm out.